On a plane transporting prisoners, an extremely dangerous and mysterious man was brought aboard. Unlike the other inmates, his face was completely covered, and his body was wrapped in heavy locked chains. Because he was considered highly dangerous, he was restrained alone in the last row of seats. As the plane continued its flight, every prisoner was looking for a way to escape. He, however, only twisted his neck slightly, and a tooth wrapped with thin wire fell out of his mouth. He used it to pick the lock, calmly preparing for the explosion he expected. Suddenly, an engine caught fire, and the pilots attempted an emergency landing. Some prisoners died in the crash, while others took the opportunity to seize the handcuff keys. The man freed himself from his restraints as federal marshals rushed toward him. With only 600 meters left to the ground, the emergency landing site was a remote valley in Alaska. The prisoners began attacking the marshals and pilots, and amid the chaos, a bearded man stepped forward. Not long after, the local town sheriff received reports of heavy smoke nearby. To investigate, Sheriff Frank took officers in a helicopter toward the source of the smoke. The site turned out to be the plane's crash landing location. There were several dead marshals on the ground, along with discarded handcuffs. Frank scanned the wreckage and soon spotted a survivor.
We got a live one!
Ambush. Ambush.
As they prepared to load the marshal onto the helicopter, the prisoners suddenly charged toward them. Like zombies, the prisoners attacked the three officers. But after several gunshots, they were forced to retreat. Two officers tried to help the wounded marshal escape, but the prisoners charged again, forcing Frank to fight alone. Frank was knocked to the ground and his gun was kicked away. At the critical moment, another marshal who survived the crash appeared. The bullets nearly hit Frank because this marshal had already gone blind. Frank supported him and immediately moved toward the helicopter. After the helicopter landed, state police also arrived on the scene. Frank organized everyone, began setting up a command plan, and notified the hospital to activate emergency protocols.
Tell them they got a tidal wave of trouble coming their way.
Frank's wife, who worked at the hospital, received the alert. Worried about her husband, she immediately tried to call him.
Be careful, all right? And stay safe until the cavalry gets here.
Honey, we are the cavalry.
Frank questioned the surviving marshal, who said one prisoner had broken free and sabotaged the plane.
Which one?
The marshal did not know the man's identity, only that the plane suddenly changed course, flew to an Air Force base, and picked up